Right, welcome everyone. Welcome to another live interview with one of our Soul to Soul presenters. I'm really excited today to interview Tex, and we will get him on here shortly. And as everybody starts coming on, we'll give a few minutes here. And this is a really exciting event. If you haven't registered yet for the Soul to Soul Summit, check out our link in the bio and register for that. It's free if you want to join for free. And each presenter has their free downloadable gift that you will have access to. But if you can give a donation, it helps to support the 4 core supplement program and the 10 Patron Project, 27 members of the core 4 supplement program for people with struggling with chronic illness, and 10 of the Patron Project recipients as well. So all these donations matter. If you can give a little bit, it goes a long way. And so we are going to get Tex on here to talk about his journey and what he will be presenting at the summit. I'm really excited to talk with Tex. I haven't talked with Tex before in person. We've just messaged back and forth a little bit, but it'll be great to see another medical medium healing man. I accepted your invite, should be getting on here shortly. There he is.
Hey, big guy.
What's up, man? How you doing?
I am well. How are you?
Good. Good. It's good to see you. How are things?
Good. Another gloomy day in Chicago, but can't complain.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
What
Man,
about
I'm
you?
excited. I'm excited. I'm just hanging out here in Pacific, small Pacific, Missouri, and yeah, just enjoying life as much as I can and getting into nature and the healing foods.
You getting eaten by mosquitoes out there or what?
Well, it's funny you say that because they're here, but there's also a truck that drives around the neighborhood spraying this massive fog into the air. So I don't know if that actually does anything besides kill us slowly, but it's yeah, it's not as bad as like Florida per se. How about you?
Gotcha. Cool. Yeah, sometimes they come by the house, What are you gonna do? I don't have any eggs in the fridge anymore to throw out, but
That's good. Yes, get those eggs out. You're just tuning in. Do not eat eggs. All right, so let's dive in. Tell us. I know a lot of people know your journey already, but a lot of people don't. So let's dive into how did you find medical medium information?
I'll probably do the Cliff Note version.
Mm. Hmm.
Personal trainer, healthy most of my life. Started having symptoms 24. Gave myself like low grade mercury poisoning, eating a lot of sushi, a lot of sushi. Symptoms to doctors, and then as I was getting worse, I'm very persistent type A, and yeah, I went to like 20, 30 doctors, Oprah's hormone specialist. I mean, I exhausted all my options here,
Mm.
and then I found a Lyme specialist. And I finally had answers because my blood work was fine, except for like low testosterone, and that was really it. Like my blood work was like a ghost. It was like normal. And then I get taken down the Lyme trap. And if you don't have Medical Medium's original book, he talks about the Lyme trap.
Hmm.
And yeah, down the antibiotics, I got 10, 20, 30, 40 times worse. Which after that, everything that I exhausted in Chicago, I ended up traveling to China, Oriental medicine or Chinese medicine, and they had no answers. And the same shit they do here in the States, right? They check your tongue, your spleen is weak, you have dampness, liver heat. It's the same crap. My buddy's
Hmm.
a doctor in Chinese medicine. It's like, so my dad's like, we should go there to see if there's any like authentic dudes with the robe and the beard. Maybe they're missing something. And dude, nothing. And then I come back. Um, and then $30,000 for some hyperthermia treatment in Germany,
Mm.
which just like wrecks you. I was 100 times worse. Like overnight after my first treatment, they give you two. Come back to Chicago. I set a date to self expire, if you know what I mean.
Mm.
And I was like, if I don't figure
Mm.
things out by fruit fly, like if I don't figure things out by my next birthday, whatever, I'm out. There's no way. I was not on any pain medications. Like my illness, I ate it raw the entire time.
Mm.
No gabapentin, no steroids, um, no aspirin. Like my illness was 24/7 on, like no masking it, you know. Uh, and then some people from the treatment, I reached out to them. Like, how you guys feeling? They go, I'm good. Like, we're better, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what are you guys doing? Like, medical medium. And then it was this back and forth of me kind of hearing about it. And then I applied it at the end of 2019. And that's when I started to find MM. And then I read the Lyme chapter and I had like, it's probably the biggest aha moment I've ever seen in my life or heard in my life. Like an
Mhm.
alien could have came down and I would have been like, it's cool. I see you in movies, bro. But the Lyme chapter was the most surreal wake up call
Mm.
after that. And, 139 cleanses later, 5.5 years, here we are. Cheers.
Mm. Mm. Wow, man.
Yeah.
Wow, we've had a similar track. That's a lot. It's a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of energy put into trying to find answers to all those health challenges that you were struggling with. And I'm glad we're talking because I think we can kind of get into this a little bit here. Is that as a man on the MM healing path and having to, I don't know if this has been true for you, but having to deal with like the insecurities, the shame. Am I weak? Am I sick? Am I losing weight? Is my testosterone low because I'm just weak or I'm not good enough or whatever it is? And so I too had the testosterone thing, and so I thought I just needed to get on testosterone. Luckily, I didn't do it, but there's so many ways to, I don't know, go down the rabbit hole as a guy on this journey. I mean, just speaking to the guy journey alone, because I think there's a lot here that doesn't get talked about in the community, right? Women are obviously so sick, and they're warriors, and a lot of us were, wanting to do it, but we got that the old ways of like meat is the way to go, testosterone is the way to go, all these different things that we thought that we needed, muscles to be valid and worthy enough. So does any of that speak to your journey, what you experienced?
It's interesting you say that, and I've thought about this a lot. Um, And I think how I got labeled for my illness didn't allow me to blame myself because it was Lyme and like a tick.
Mm.
So like my dad, I would text my dad about my testosterone was like 40, 48,
Oh, wow.
52.
Mm-hmm.
My female clients were like, I'm at 55. I'm like, my dad goes, I'm 58. The wind blows and I'll get an erection. He's like, maybe it's your mom's genes. Little shit. And so I never the worse I got. I mean, yeah, I was like getting weak. I mean, I had brutal ED. I mean, I have so many funny stories about that I don't think I should talk about in the live, but I never. It was hard because it was always like this mysterious tick, this Lyme. It was out like I never got told it was autoimmune or your fault,
Mm.
right? So I could see, like in retrospect now, I can see where so many people are like, "Oh my God, it's me, it's my genes, it's this." Like I didn't have a gene test, so I don't know if it was the universe or God or what that needed me to, I guess, go down this path. I mean, it's not God's fault, right? It's all darkness, but I was able to blame everything on the Lyme part of it. And the worse I got, the worse the Lyme got. So I was like, okay, it's not me. My cousins are fine. My uncles, my friends. I'm the trainer. My dad. I'm like, I eat better than everybody. I'm like, it's this bacteria, which is
Mm.
viruses and metals. So, but I can totally empathize with men who, you know, feel emasculated or weaker because I've been very, very weak. So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's especially challenging as because I was a personal trainer too and a bodybuilder, and then I get sick and then I get on medical media and I'm losing all this weight. Right. And so people are like, well, were you getting enough protein? And so I know, we know the protein law and the bullshit about protein. And then we, well, we can't tell that to people because they don't get it. Right. And so it's like, we know we're healing. We know we're doing deep healing, cellular healing, liver healing. And yeah, the weight's coming off because there's toxins, there's toxicity, there's fat cells that we don't need. And but to try to tell somebody, whether it's your family, old friends, old buddies, that yeah, man, I'm losing weight because I need to. It's for my health. And then, my soul growth, which is a wholly, totally different story and conversation. But, sticking to like the physical healing, when there's weight issues as a guy, it's like, why are you getting so thin? Are you depressed or are you not getting enough protein?
Yep. Oh yeah. How tall are you?
6'2", 6'2".
And then what was your weight when you were normal and then at your lowest?
Uh, my basic weight that I was kind of hovering at as a trainer and athlete was like 230, 235.
You were a big ass dude.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
And with that is a lot of mass, right? A lot of like ego, characters that had to come down when I got sick. And so that was a big part of the journey that was just so challenging, is letting go of all those old ways of being and showing up in the world.
Yep. Totally
So
agree.
yeah. So let's talk, speaking of personal training, let's talk about your Soul to Soul Summit presentation, going from trainer or muscle to illness, I think it was, right? Trainer's Awakening. Tell us about what you'd be talking about and presenting.
Just the bullet points.
Yeah. Yeah, if you want. Yeah, something shorter.
Just how I call personal trainers muscle tissue enhancers.
Mm,
So, um, like there's aliens, child trafficking, sea trails, the illumination, all these like secret governments, and here we are trying to make our biceps and our butts bigger. It's just like in retrospect, it's so goofy. But yeah, trainers think they're the epitome of health. But
mm,
if you were to ask a trainer, how do you get a sick person better? They don't know shit, right? And so I thought I knew everything, like all the trends, fasting, cold showers, portioning meals. I always knew protein wasn't a big deal because I don't know if it was my intuition or street smarts when I was just younger. I always knew vegans could build muscle. I saw it. I saw other
mm,
vegans. I went vegan for a few years, so I wasn't really sprung on meat. It's just like delicious and addicting, right? Well, not anymore, but then some other topics we'll talk about is like the protein crap, and then pre-workout supplements and caffeine and trends and how trainers just all of that, the whole industry in general, and how toxic it is, and bodybuilding shows and how toxic that crap is, and you see all these meatheads on roids and gear. Even some women are on roids, and you can see it in their
mm,
eyes, their face, their skin, like don't get me wrong. There's a lot of trainers out there who are not sick yet, and they have good constitutions with their health. So it's like, but there's other ones. A majority just don't look healthy, or they're just way too young, like a 25-year-old, right, or a 22-year-old. It doesn't matter. So it's hard to narrow it down so people can see cerebrally, like what the map is and what you're trying to like pinpoint in whatever argument or case you're making with whatever. So yeah, I want to just talk about it all because I see it now in my, don't, I mean, the people in my life that are at my job and, or my other job, I know dozens and I know over 50 trainers. Not that they're bad people, right? They're good people. They just don't know what the hell they're doing. And everyone's got their belief systems and Google. I mean, I'm about to like do the biggest, I have clients and family who are overweight or clinically obese, and they have the balls to try to argue or debate me on weight loss. Like I have an aunt who's going for a procedure this week or next week for some heart stuff. Pounding pork chops and feta cheese, and it's just you can't get through to people. You really can't. It's like everyone's fucking hypnotized and
mm,
brainwashed. And it's just like dude, it's really bad. It's
mm.
bad. My mom is one of them. Some people just don't care and they think it's never going to come for them, but yeah.
So Yeah, it's actually funny. I was just going to ask you a question about being a trainer. It sounds like you're around a lot of people. And so I imagine, like you just said, that there's this sea of confusion that everybody's caught in. And they're caught in the protein law, they're caught in, the high fat stuff, and a combination of both. How do you deal with that? How do you keep your cool, your grounding, but also bring forward that passion, that fire that you have to what is your strategy when you do that?
Uh, it depends, because of my personality and my fire and my extremeness in type A. Like the unstoppable force versus the immovable object. But like I'm an unstoppable force, but people who are immovable,
Mm,
they're never going to move. And you just need to let people burn the fuck down. They need to self destruct. You need to let them do it. Like my mom is a prime example, and we could get into that very, very briefly. But like, dude, people just don't care. And I don't blame them because when I was feeling good, or I wasn't really a coffee guy, but I don't know. I can't say because that didn't happen. I was always like an aware dude and open minded. But yeah, I have my certain ways where I can checkmate arguments depending on like what the topic of discussion is. But
mm,
even when you put someone in a corner, like in a conversation, and they can't get out, like they're in a checkmate, it's the brainwashing is bad.
mm,
You know what I mean? Like people still vote. I mean, like two-party system vote. They could increase taxes like an X amount. People would just be sitting like watching TV. Dude, it's so bad. So it really depends. I let it out the box. Like I'll get fiery and passionate and give talks, but I've done that so many times. Like my willpower is not tired. My mind is not tired. My soul gets tired. I'm like
mm,
my higher self is like so sick of these fucking mean that, and it sounds very harsh. I'm sick of seeing like weakness. I'm sick of seeing brainwashing. I'm sick of people not caring. Anthony's right. He's like like I'm about to piss myself off right now. I was actually kind of mellow today. Tomorrow's my day 9, so I'm kind of more chill, but
mm,
like he's right. There's this innate feature where people just want to self-destruct, and he's absolutely right. My mom, after 5 years, goes, "Why is fruit important?" I wanted to bash my head into the brick wall. I'm like, "What? What do you mean, why is fruit important?" It's just like, I'm getting mad now, John.
I feel you,
I'm
man.
getting
I
good.
feel you.
But
I
yeah,
feel you.
nobody cares. So there
Yeah.
you go. There's my little rant, my calm rant.
Yeah, I mean, I feel you. I've been on the same boat with family and friends, and it's not easy, right? But I love that you bring the passion that you do, and I know so many people in this community love it, and so yeah, thank you for that. And it's been a huge blessing for me on my journey. When I first got in this community, you were one of the guys that I followed because there's not a lot of us, at least on the surface, right? There's a lot of I like to believe there's a lot of guys, behind the scenes of the social media world that are doing the thing and drinking the lemon water and the celery juice. And I believe that to be true. But it's great to have that camaraderie together and to see each other doing it. And so yeah, I was excited to get on this call with you. So appreciate your passion and yeah, I'm excited to see your talk and what's your downloadable gift too? I don't know if you mentioned that.
Oh, but we're doing it now. Basically, I'm going to keep it simple and quick
Mm,
just because everyone's busy. We're going to
mhm.
you'll have to DM me the word core, CORE. If you misspell it, you might have to go back to second grade or it was an accident. But CORE, core. And it'll be like an automated thing. And we're going to basically just teach you how to breathe quickly, properly. Just basic. It's hard to, everyone's has individual custom needs, right? There's imbalances or tweaks, but it'll be a nice general thing on just belly breathing and then core bracing, like how to brace your core properly, right?
Mm,
And you don't
mhm,
suck your stomach in. You do that in a deadlift, you're going to blow your back out. So
mm.
um, we will cover bracing. Very easy, very basic from the ground up. Should take us, 20, 25 minutes unless, um, I don't know, I get prompted to go off script. So we'll see what
Yeah,
happens.
yeah, cool. So what is I'm curious, what is your take on core strength and healing chronic illness?
well, it's hard because if you're sick, then you're shot, right? Then you're
Hmm.
weak. But
Hmm.
I mean, it's called the core for a reason. If it's weak or compromised, dude, you're done, right? You get shingles
Hmm.
in your back, or your core is weak, or you tweak it. But you know, when you sneeze, when you cough, when you're about to get punched in the stomach, that bracing, you need it for picking up your celery box, right? Or
Hmm.
picking up a, your dog or a kid. Like people don't really know, and they'll just tweak it, bending over. And there's nothing wrong. They're not tight, no imbalances, hips are fine. It's just being conscious of how to use it. Some people blame it on sitting, maybe not active, maybe distension from overeating. So your belly's just grown to where the muscle gets stretched.
Mm.
But there's a lot of stuff. But getting down a brace would be essential for everything, right? Especially like, like you're getting out of bed and you're weak, like people tweak their back, twisting to go get their purse in the back seat. If you can
Mm.
keep it flexed and braced to some degree, it really helps you know, avoid any like injuries or whatever. So,
Mm-hmm. Nice. Yeah, I
yeah.
love that. Yeah, because I feel like, um, and I've noticed in myself too, is that when we get super sick, we kind of get out of our bodies, right? We get in that fear place, and we really kind of get disconnected and out of our bodies. And as we're healing, it's like coming back into our bodies, coming back into our bodies for the first time, often, and feeling into what they actually feel, and that intuitive connection that we have with our bodies, with our livers. And so, yeah, I love that work that you're doing because it's so important. It's not just about core strength of like having rock hard abs, like I'm sure you can share. It's about that mind body connection, right?
Yeah. Some people can't even, thank you for bringing that up.
Mm.
Like the mind muscle connection, mind body. It's like people don't even, like I've had clients, they didn't even know how to brace. And I would have them in the most basic position, like hand under their back, my hand on their core, and whatever. And they couldn't, for everyone watching this, have your toes out in front of you and see if you can wiggle only like your pinky toe without pulling your other toes, right? It's a cute way to see like like how you can kind of play with the body or move certain parts or engage. Like some people can't take their pinky toe and move it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
they couldn't get a brace down. Like they had no. So there's ways to kind of build that up, and you don't know how to play a piano. There's no neural pathways. Then you start to learn the neural pathways and the myelin sheaths, and then you start to fire and wire, right? So
Mm-hmm.
part of the process.
That's awesome. Cool, man. All right. So one or two sentences of advice to somebody who is on the healing journey, who is stuck in the muck, who's really challenged by life, challenged by their symptoms. Um, some inspirational words of wisdom. What would you give them?
Oh man. Um, Maybe a mini monologue. Um, because we're not supposed to die before 100, and we're supposed to live hundreds of years. And Anthony's confirmed it on the live. If you don't believe that, whatever. It doesn't matter what you believe, but objective truth is truth. So we're all getting crushed and dying before 100. So depending on your age and how sick you are, we have hundreds, even thousands of years of inherited mercury and deficiencies and whatever. Um, it depends how some people heal in 5 months, 6 months, right? Some people get worse within a year or two period because their illness has just been like a tsunami,
Mm,
depending on when they started. But through the dark times, through maybe demons, dark thoughts, thoughts that aren't your own, your family, you stay fucking put and you keep working because time is going to pass. And it's like a knee surgery. When you get your knee surgery, you can't use the stairs, right? But you're doing your rehab. And then one day you can magically use that surgical leg to push yourself up the next step. And you notice it, but it takes time. And it's like you're sick and then a symptom heals, but there's a lot of gray area, right? It took me 3.5 years to fully heal my neurological fatigue
Mm,
to where I could work. I looked good on camera. I was talking, but I still felt fluey, tired. I mean, it's, looks can be deceiving, right? And all those cleanses, but it takes time depending on how long you've been sick. But you stay on the MM train, try not to get dissuaded, always listen to your doctor. But if you found the info, wow, my alarm is at 144. That's so
mm,
funny. 14 minutes and 44 seconds. Um, yeah, and you keep literally grinding because the planet gets worse and you have to deal with all the exposures, right? So hang in there, put in tools, reread books, play things on his YouTube, just keep learning, applying, and let the time go by. And if you're missing something, you might be missing something, you have to just mulch in it and keep diving into it and with
mm,
time. So
love that.
yeah,
Awesome. Thanks, brother. And so when are you presenting? When can people see you?
don't remember. It's in
Okay.
my, it's in my
All right.
calendar.
I'll put it in the captions after the video, so no worries there.
Okay.
But yeah, brother, thanks for this. It's amazing to see you in person, talk to you, and have you here on the the presenters panel. And yeah, brother, appreciate you a lot.
It was good.
I know a lot of people do.
Thanks for having me. And it was nice to meet you.
Yeah, man. Likewise. And for those of you who are watching, if you have not registered for the summit yet, register for the summit to see Tex and 17 others, including me on the panel that will be giving presentations from September 9th to 17th. And when you register, check your spam and your promotions boxes as well. I think a lot of people are having trouble verifying the confirmation email, so check those. And yeah, give donations if you can. It's for a great cause. It's for the 4 core supplement campaign and the 10 Patron Project recipients. So if you can give a little bit, it goes a long way. And so thank you for joining. Thank you, Tex, again for being here. And we will see you guys on the next live.
Cool.
All right.
Is it me and you again that day, September?
Uh, so the presentation, you mean?
Yeah, whenever I come back on again.
Yeah, so it'll be a Zoom link. So you'll get the Zoom link and you'll do your presentation on Zoom, just you.
I'm by myself?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
just you. You're the spotlight. That's it. You're the
Interesting.
stage. Yeah. So
I got to revise my whole mindset now. I had a whole different game. That's good to know.
uh, I'll be there though. We'll all be there.
In spirit.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh, it's
All right,
funny.
brother.
Okay.
All right, man. Thanks again.
Bye, John.
All right. See you guys.